Well, we finally got our first official teaser look of Netflix's live-action series Avatar The Last Airbender. And if I'm being honest with first impressions, they look great and all, but there are some things that I definitely want to address and point out. So stay tuned to find out later in the video. Welcome to Creative Caution, I'm your host Aladin. In today's video, we're gonna go over the first official teaser of Netflix's live-action Avatar The Last Airbender and discuss everything about it. From the actors themselves, to the costumes, the locations, the teaser intro, the new logo, as well as what the cast had to say about the show and what they're most excited about. Now before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It definitely helps out the channel grow and lets others like you stay tuned with the latest shows and movies. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you guys can get notified right away when I drop my next video. Now lastly, I just want to announce that I'll be doing another $20 gift card giveaway once we hit 20,000 subscribers. All you gotta do to participate is be a subscriber, like the video, and leave a comment discussing anything that you liked about the video, and that's it. Once we hit our goal of 20,000 subscribers, I'll pick the winner in whatever most recent video I have out, so good luck to everyone. Now Netflix had its huge Tudum event in Brazil where they showcased a number of films and shows, such as the new Extraction film, The Witcher, Stranger Things, One Piece, as well as the beloved Avatar The Last Airbender. There were a number of other shows and movies there, but the one that definitely caught my eyes was Avatar. Ever since Netflix announced that they were going to be doing a live action of Avatar, fans including I were eager to see what it would look like, and I ain't talking about the movie either. We got a little teaser which only showcased the intro for the four nations' elemental symbols, such as water, earth, fire, and air. Now what's different with this intro is the fact that it didn't incorporate any of the benders like in the animated series intro. I think for now, Netflix just wants to give us a little teaser without showing too much, and by teasing, they're just going to show us a realistic version of the symbols being animated into a live action. And to be honest, it looks fire. No pun intended. I definitely like how it looks, and the feel looks authentic and raw, which looks promising to me. However, I do think that they didn't want to add any of the benders just yet since they're still working on the visual effects and post right now, which is what really caused the series to be pushed back to 2024. It was speculated that it was supposed to drop around this year. However, with the VFX and wanting it to be as true to the original series, they probably just needed more time to perfect it, which I get. I just personally wish that the team behind the live action gave us some updates on the wait and all. But it does look like it's scheduled for a 2024 slate, so hopefully it stays that way moving forward. But with the teaser trailer, we also got a glimpse of the new logo that the show will be using, and to be fair, I like it. It's not too poppy, nor does it look like it's out of place. It has that same font style from the animated series, which is nice to see. I also noticed that they added the Air Nomad tattoo by Airbender, which is quite a nice touch. It's not distracting by any means, and it really fits with the live action without trying to copy the animated series style. But what do you guys think? Now we also got our first official images of the cast in their costumes, and honestly they look good. However, I do have some concerns about them as well. For instance, the costumes resemble almost like a cosplay costume than an actual outfit that you'd wear in the world of Avatar. I don't know if it's the lighting or if it's because it's a still image, but right now it's just throwing me off and giving me weird vibes. I don't want to say that it's terrible or that it reminds me of the film because it doesn't, but it just looks hella odd. Now, I was reading some comments on what people thought about the cast members in their costumes, and it's split between that they look amazing and the other half having mixed feelings. Here's a couple of tweets and comments that fans had to say. Like I said, I don't want to jump to conclusions on the costumes, but I do think it's the lighting that's causing them to look like a cosplay than anything else. Hopefully when we get our first official trailer of the season, it'll look way different than what we see here right now. As for the actors, they genuinely do look like their parts. Gordon, who's playing Aang, looks just like Aang, but the only critique I have is his arrow tattoo. It looks hella blue here. I feel like it just needs to be lightened a bit and then it will look perfect. Now what's different with this variant of his arrow tattoo compared to the animated series is that in the animated series we didn't see any details on the tattoo itself. It was just a blue arrow tattoo and that was it. In the live action here, we can see that it has that air nomad feel. It looks more like a legit tattoo, which I think looks really great. But this isn't the first time that this has been done. It's also been done in the live action film where Aang had an actual tattoo, but in that version it just looked awful and not complete. But overall, I think Aang looks great here. He captures that essence that he's the Avatar and all. It's just that dark blue arrow tattoo that's iffy, along with his outfit looking like a cosplay. However, I won't lie, but the material used for the outfit looks hella good and legit, so I won't take that away from this image, just because I really do like the feel of it, but I just can't brush off the idea that it looks like a cosplay outfit. What are your thoughts on this? Next up, we have Guy Wendia, who's playing Katara, and for this one, I think they nailed nailed it. From her outfit to her overall appearance, she looks just like Katara, and I'm all for it. I even like how the costume looks on her. Literally resembles how Katara looked in Book 1 Water. She's even rocking the same hairstyle from season 1, which just looks beautiful and natural. Now, if you didn't notice it right away, she's actually waterbending in this shot. If you look at the top, you'll notice the water being bended, which actually looks really great here. Obviously, you can't see a lot of it, but it does look promising, so I'm crossing my fingers that it does come out looking great. Overall, I think Katara looks amazing here, and her outfit really does fit the first season of the animated series, so this is definitely a pass for me. Next up, we got Sokka, played by Aang. I'll be honest, I'm just not sold with his look yet. No hate or anything to Aang, but I genuinely just don't see him as Sokka yet. Maybe if his sides were completely shaved off and his costume actually looked like the one from season 1 of the animated series, then yeah, then he'd look like Sokka. But right now, he just looks like a bodyguard for the Northern Water Tribe. However, I will point out, I think Aang has the potential to be a good Sokka. He has the look of him, yes, but like I said, cut the sides off of his hair and change the costume and we'll have our goofy Sokka. I do like the fact that they added his white necklace around his neck. He was also wearing this in the animated series, so it's great to see that they incorporated this into the live action. He's also carrying his boomerang on his belt on the bottom right, and it actually looks very identical to the one in the animated series, so I think that's a huge W as well. Overall, I don't know how to feel about his costume. It just seems like something that you'd see out of Game of Thrones than Avatar. Maybe this is one of those changes that they decided to do. The showrunners did say that they were going to make a few changes to the show, so it wasn't an exact replica of the animated series, so this could also be a possibility for his costume looking like this. Also, some were saying that he looks way too serious here. I think it's just this moment where he looks very serious due to something happening that's caught his attention. I don't think he's actually going to be this serious in the first season. He might have his moments where he might just throw a fit or something. But for the overall part, I do think that he's going to showcase his goofy, fun side throughout the season. But what do you guys think about Sokka's overall look? Lastly, we have our boy Zuko, played by Dallas Liu. For his look, I think he looks amazing. His costume for sure screams out the Fire Nation. You could just look at it and tell that he's from the Fire Nation right off the bat. Now, his costume doesn't look exactly the same from the animated series, but it does match the vibe of it. The animated series showcased more of a low saturated reddish color, but in this version, we can see that it has a number of different color themes going on, and I think it works good here. For instance, his helmet is completely different here than in the animated series, along with his armor. If I had to critique this costume, I would only recommend it to add a bit more of a reddish taste to resemble the Fire Nation, just because right now it doesn't really showcase that feel of it. Yes, you can tell that he's from the Fire Nation, but I would like it if it had more of that distinctive color trait that instantly tells you, yup, he's from the Fire Nation, run. I do like the overall design of the costume. I think it suits Zuko really well here. Now, one complaint that I saw going around was Zuko's scar not being more gruesome or burnt, if you'd say. I don't want to jump to conclusions or anything, but from this angle right now, it doesn't look convincing that Zuko has a crazy burn scar. I'd actually argue and say that he got poisoned on that side than burnt. Now, obviously, we can't tell whether it's completely burnt or not since he has the helmet on, but it just isn't selling the look of having a burnt face right now. I'm not going to showcase what a burnt face actually looks like, but I'm telling you right now, that's not it. They probably didn't want to go overboard with the scar because kids will be watching this as well, and they just didn't want to scare them away. But honestly, if you want to be true to the story, then you gotta showcase Zuko's true face, which means showcasing the actual burnt scar that his father gave him. But other than the change in helmets, color of costume, and the design along with the burnt scar, I do feel like Dallas is the perfect pick for Zuko. He really embodies the look of Zuko. I just want to see how he's going to perform as him now. But what do you guys think? Now, in each photo, we can almost predict exactly where the gang is. In the picture with Aang, we know that's in the Southern Water Tribe, and from the look of it, it's either him being confronted by Zuko here. His stance is also in a fighting position along with his face being a bit serious, so this is most likely when Zuko arrives to the Southern Water Tribe to capture him. We can also see the homes in the back, which look really great from here, but it's also blurred, so it's hard to really pinpoint all the details that are there. Next up, we have Katara's image. It's really hard to tell where she's at, but most likely it's probably still at the Southern Water Tribe, but this time it's a night shot. Or it's up in the Northern Water Tribe due to the Northern Water Tribe having similar color themes. But Katara's also showcasing her water bending abilities to someone here. Can't really pinpoint since there isn't much to go off of besides the color, which we could just guess that it's a night shot. Now for Sokka's image, I really want to say that this is also in the Southern Water Tribe as well, due to the building or house in the back. However, looking how the object is structured in the back, I might even say that this just might be a wall or a fence protecting the Southern Water Tribe. You can also see the water symbol behind Sokka, so it might actually just be a wall that he's standing next to. Lastly, we got Zuko, and for his background, it's just a plain sky, which can honestly be anything. But for now, my guess is he's on his ship having a face-off with the lieutenant. Now lastly, I just wanted to showcase some final words that the cast had to say regarding their characters and what they liked about the show so far.
I am really excited for fans to see. I think the bending and the FX is going to be really cool. I've only got to see like one finished scene with the FX, but it was so cool and I can't wait to see the whole series done. I know everybody's working really hard to make it the best that it can be.
It's haircut day, where we like really got to transform into the characters for the first time. That day was a little easier for some than others, but another thing that was like a huge moment for me was getting to hold and unsheath my boomerang for the first time. That was amazing.
This is such a beloved universe, so I wanted to make sure that not only am I living up to the expectations of our supporters, but I'm also living up to the expectations of myself. So I found that stepping through my love for the series, Prince Zuzu, and his phenomenal haircut.
I feel like it's gonna bring like everything you know and love about the original series back to life. And hopefully just bring a bunch of new fans that have never heard the show before into this universe. And to me, that's pretty exciting.
Anyways, that's all I have for you guys right now. There's no release date as of now. All we know right now is that it's supposed to drop around 2024, and that's mainly due to the VFX being worked on in post right now, which is taking longer than expected, which is totally fine. Now, I'm definitely not gonna make any predictions when it's gonna drop, so I'm just gonna shut up and be patient. Now, you might be wondering, what about the animated films from Avatar Studios with Brian and Michael? I'll make that a whole separate video discussing everything going on there, the new projects that they got going on, along with when we should expect the new films and shows to come from there, so definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of it. Anyways, it's a good time to be an Avatar fan, because in the next upcoming years, we'll be getting a number of Avatar content from Netflix along with Avatar Studios, so buckle up for the ride, everyone. But let me know in the comments section what you guys thought about the first look of Netflix's Avatar The Last Airbender, and what you guys thought about the costumes and all. I'll have way more Avatar content down the road, so make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with everything. But before I go, don't forget about that $20 gift card giveaway that I'll be doing once we hit 20,000 subscribers. All you gotta do to participate is be a subscriber, like the video, and leave a comment discussing anything that you liked about the video, and that's it. Once we hit our goal of 20,000 subscribers, I'll pick the winner in whatever most recent video I have out, so good luck to everyone. But finally, I just want to say thank you all for watching, and if you haven't already, hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't by now. Also, hit that notification bell so you guys can get notified right away when I drop my next video. Thank you all once more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone.